Hey guys, welcome to today's video. We are here because I started a project pan and I have not really talked about it since I started it. I will put my intro video right here so that you can kind of know like what we were starting with and what my plan for the project pan is, but we're 6 months into the year and I haven't talked about my project pan, but I haven't necessarily given up on it either, so I want to chat with you about it today. If you're new here, hello and welcome. My name is Kelly and I love all things makeup and beauty. I love talking, I love makeup, I love talking about makeup, so if you like to chat about makeup too, I would love to have you subscribe and be part of the KBella fam. But why don't we go ahead and jump into the video. Okay, so I want to start by saying that we kind of exited some products out of my project pan. And I didn't talk about it in a project pan video, but I talked about it in other videos. So the first being my Vive wand. I will insert a picture or a clip of it from the beginning of the year because I did have to throw that away. I had it for many years and it was kind of doing the same thing that like my Sigma stick was doing. This is the eyeshadow base primer. The one in vanilla from Vive, I liked it. Don't get me wrong, I didn't dislike it. I used it as a primer. It worked great, but I had it for a long time and I received this one in Ignite from Sigma and I was using this one over the Vive, so I just opted to go ahead and get rid of it. I don't think that I'm necessarily planning on using this Sigma one. I'm scared. I'm rolling it all the way up. It's fairly new and I'm afraid that it's gonna break off because it's still going. It's okay, this is all the way up. Now can I get it back down? What if I couldn't get it back down? Wouldn't that be crazy? I'm not necessarily trying to put this in a project pan. I wasn't trying to like replace it project pan wise, but I just wanted to say I was using this instead of the Vive wand. So this is not in my project pan, but the Vive has been exited out just because it was old. I wasn't using it on my eyes, so I just wanted to get rid of it. The other product that had to go was the Kosas concealer. Now I had to throw the Kosas concealer away because again, I had it for a while. It was like halfway through the product, but it started to smell really bad. And when you notice a distinct smell in liquid products, that is a good sign to you that you should get rid of it, that you should no longer have that product in your collection. And unfortunately, that was what happened to me. The smell was very bad and I just thought, you know what, I'm just gonna go ahead and throw that away and exit that out of my collection here. The other product that I'm gonna go ahead and say isn't empty, it's not like technically completely empty, but it's my Hourglass Veil Primer. Smegs did get this for me definitely before I was ever pregnant with Quentin, possibly before I had Brielle. It was before my mom lived with us because I was still filming in what is now her bedroom and she moved in with us 2 years ago. So here, and I'll try and do maybe like a little close-up shot, you can see there is still a little bit packed on the side here, but that's pretty much it. When I try and tap it out, not much is coming out these days. It's a very, very tiny little bit of powder that you can see floating around in here and I'm having a hard time getting it out. So I thought, although I love this powder, I would definitely repurchase this. I do have a couple powders in my collection. I have a ColourPop cap powder, I have a MAC pressed powder, I have my Sigma powder, and I have my Prism Libre. So I just want to use those before repurchasing this, but I'm going to go ahead and call this done, trash it, exiting this out of my project pan as well. Okay, so let's talk about the other items. The first item that I have written on my paper here is the Pat McGrath foundation. And okay, so here's my line. Hopefully you can see my line here. It's very liquidy at the moment and I kind of see a film on top. So I am a little tiny bit below the line, but this foundation, honestly, I think it might be on its last leg. I think it's coming up on 2 years old. It has a shelf life of 12 months. I haven't used it lately. I just found myself not reaching for it. And honestly, I feel like it might be time to let this one go. I'm not saying I'm gonna let it go yet. I might try it. Let's see what happens if I shake it. I haven't marked on it yet, but I can do that again later. I can hear it. It's super liquidy, but it's a liquidy foundation anyway. When I mix it up, I don't really see a problem. I don't notice a smell, but I probably need to use this a time or two to decide if it is still good. I definitely think it's past its prime. So we're gonna keep it in the project pan for now, but it may be it may be on its way out. However, I do want to add this in here. So I wasn't purposely trying to pan this, but this is the foundation that I've been using instead of the Pat McGrath. I knew I was supposed to use my Pat McGrath foundation, but you know, with 2 young kids, I don't even wear makeup every single day. So I was reaching for my Patrick Ta Cream Foundation and Finishing Powder Duo in Light 1 instead, and I hit pan on it. So I think I'm going to put this in my project pan. We'll leave the Pat McGrath for now. I'm putting this in my project pan, and I would love to finish this by the end of the year. Now, this is a cream product. You can probably go in pretty heavy-handed, I imagine. I think I probably go in pretty heavy-handed. I take my sponge and just dip it in there and dot it around my face, but I find it's not drying on the face. I really like the wear of it. I like the way that it lasts. I know that this has kind of been a hit or miss foundation for people, but I really like it. So I am going to go ahead and add this into my project pan in hopes that we can go ahead and finish it. I also had my Auric Glow Lust in my project pan, and I said that I wanted to get down to the A. I wanted to get down to the bottom of the A. I've been using this, mixing it in with foundation, using it as a primer, using it with the high points of my face. I can't really see a visible line yet. I would be just kind of guessing that it's somewhere around here, but I don't see a visible line yet. So nothing new to report here. Keeping this in the project pan, still using it, just want to get some more use out of it. I also had my Charlotte Tilbury Film Star Bronze and Glow, but the Sculpt shade. I use this every single day. I do have a pretty significant dip. Again, I'm going to try and get some close-up shots in here, but I do have a pretty significant dip in this one. I think that I can probably hit pan, although it looks pretty substantial, but I use it every single day. So I would love to see pan. This has been in my collection for a really long time. It says 30 months. It says a 30-month shelf life. That's like 2.5 years. I've definitely had this since before I had children, and my daughter's 4, but it's still performing fine. It's fine. So we're gonna leave that in. Then I had my Charlotte Tilbury Iconic Nude Lip Liner, and I'm not trying to use this up because I want to use it up. I'm trying to use it up because I've just had it for a while and I love it, but I would repurchase it. Okay, so you can see here, we're kind of down to the bottom of my finger. I am going to, okay, I have made some substantial progress on here. Can you see? Okay, so on December 31st, it was here. Now we're down to here. So I have used a substantial amount of the Iconic Nude. I'm going to continue using this in my project pan. The other thing is I had a lipstick and I decided on the Dominique Cosmetics Pretty Natural lipstick. I had it down to the M here, but I don't notice a smell on this, but I've had it for a while and I found myself not really using it. There isn't really much difference between December and now. I found myself not really reaching for it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and exit this out of my collection. Although I loved this color, I don't know that Dominique Cosmetics makes this anymore. I haven't seen anything about her lipsticks and I've had this for a while. It's pretty old. So I'm going to go ahead and exit that out of my collection. And what I would like to do is I would like to add the lipstick that I was using as my go-to every day when I was working, and it is Max Blankety. So this is a shade that is fairly new to me. I love it. I use it when I'm working on the days that I wear makeup, and it's a phenomenal shade. So I'm gonna go ahead and add this one in here. I don't know that I'll get much use with this lipstick during the summer, because during the summer months I am able to do my makeup more freely, but this is definitely my work lipstick. So I'm gonna take like markings of it and it'll be great. We're gonna go ahead and add that into the project pan. There were 2 other products that I wanted to add into my project pan. One, I'm not even gonna take a measurement of it. It is this Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in the shade, not the Brow Wiz, it's the Brow Definer, I'm sorry, in the shade Caramel. It's twisted all the way up. I'm almost done with it. I've had it for a while. I wanna use it up. A little bit goes a long way with this. I only use a very tiny bit, but we're not even gonna measure it. I do wanna use it up this year because I've had it for a while. Like it's time to go. I've had it for several years. The other product that I want to add here into my project pan is from Sigma, and it is their color correcting duo in the shade light to medium. I'm just hoping to hit pan. I don't want to use it up. I do use this pretty much every day. I dip into both colors. I do have a little bit of a dip in each one, and I do really enjoy this. This is definitely something that I would say is a favorite. It really helps with my dark circles and under eyes. I don't really have any pan or signs of pan yet, but I think by the end of the year, we might be able to get some pan. So just a recap of what I'm keeping in my project pan. Keeping the Pat McGrath for now, knowing full well that it may be on its last leg out and we may not be able to continue with it. I am adding in my Patrick Ta foundation in hopes of using it up completely. We are keeping in my Charlotte Tilbury Sculpt shade in the Film Star Bronze and Glow. We are keeping in the Auric, just hoping to either make it to the top or the bottom of the A. If I can make it to the A, I will be happy. Keeping my Charlotte Tilbury in, we are making progress on this. I don't know that I will use it up completely. That's fine. I would just like to make as much progress as I can. And then we are swapping out the Dominique Cosmetics lipstick for my MAC Blankety. I am also going to add in my brow definer, needs to get used, need to get rid of it, and hoping to hit some pan on this Sigma color correcting duo. But that's gonna do it for this video. I need to wake my daughter up because she has swim class. I need to go check out my son because he is throwing a fit out there, but I wanted to update you on my project pan. If you have been doing a project pan along with me, please let me know how you're doing. How are things going? Did you have to switch anything out? Did you finish anything up? Did you decide you don't like anything? I would love to know. But that's gonna do it for this one. I gotta go check on my kid. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.